Good afternoon. It's Halloween. And what am I doing? I'm making videos for you. So we're going to do 1 point perspective. I know some of you have done this. Maybe you did it as a sixth grader, but for most of the kids, they never did 1 point perspective at all. We did not do it during distance learning at all. So we're going to start with the initial project. And by the end of the week and into next week, we will be doing our 1 point perspective bedrooms and bringing them into Sketchbook if you want, or you can always hand draw. But I think it's super cool to bring them into Sketchbook. And so that's what we're going to do. So let me share screen. I'm going to try to do a quick video. I'm not always the best at a video, making it quick, but I'm going to do my best. So let's move my little picture over here. And let's go. Oh, I moved it too quick. I can't see. Here we go. Let's make this big. Okay, this is my drawing space. You're not going to be able to really see me well. Let's see. Let's go one step closer. Okay, so I've got my paper here. I've got a cool ruler that's cork backed. It actually came with two short ones and one 12-inch ruler. I love them because they tend to not move when you're drawing, and that's very much needed. So I'm going to do this really quick. So the first day we're just going to be practicing, and then once you get the idea down and you are able to do it well, for those of you who've done this before, you can probably just start with your final one. The final one will be on cardstock, and you will do little scenes inside the letters. I would say that if you've done this before, challenge yourself and do some cool shape. Go look at the examples that are on the slideshow or maybe still around the room. So basics. I'm using my ruler, and I like to just use the edge of the paper and just guessify. It's my own word. So I'm gonna make like a 1.5-inch box. Okay. Again, I'm using the edges of my paper to try and make a nice, neat box. Please do not hand draw these. Please go get a ruler. You know, I have a box of rulers on the side, and you're gonna do your best. Be kind to yourself. This looks more like a rectangle than a square, but that's okay, because we're doing basic geometric shapes to start with. And if you want to challenge yourself, that's great. Oh, I'm going to do this because I want to go about 1.5 inches. Awesome. Go. Oh, I guess I went 2 inches for the one side. Again, I'm using the edge of my paper right here with the edge of my ruler to try and get straight lines. A lot of kids struggle with this. I'm with you guys. I bet you can do this. So first of all, you're just going to do 5 shapes. Now, if I want to do a circle, I've got a whole bunch of lids in the drawer at the back of the room that you can use so you can get a nice circle. Let's see, I'm just going to grab this. Hopefully it doesn't leak all over. It has alcohol from painting in it. But we're going to get 5 shapes, geometric shapes on our paper. I'm going to do a triangle. Triangles are pretty basic. They're pretty easy to do. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be equilateral. They can be right triangles. They can be obtuse triangles. It doesn't matter. They're just 3-sided. Anybody can do this. Remember, we're just practicing to begin with. I want you to try five shapes and then figure out where your perspective point is going to be. But first things first, let's get some shapes out here. I'm going to draw an L for my name. Hopefully I won't get my head down here in the way. Again, let's use the edge of my paper so I can get like a straight line. Edge of my paper. And this is a block style L. You do letters, or I think somebody in the examples did an and sign. People have done stairways. They've done all kinds of really cool stuff when they challenge themselves. So I challenge you to challenge yourself. Okay, and just to save time, let's pretend I had 5 shapes. Okay, fact, let's just do it. I'll do a really long skinny rectangle. And I'm just going to wing it here. Hopefully it's pretty straight. If you're watching from home, I definitely would watch the video just so that you know what you're doing. Okay. Second step is to figure out, well, where's my perspective point going to be? It can be in a corner. It could be right in the middle. It could be at the top, the bottom. You get to decide. This is your paper. I tend to like mine in a corner. I'm going to make my perspective point right here in the corner. Okay. Next thing, and the tip is to draw your line from your perspective point to the edges or corners. And my tip is always to draw them to the shapes that are the closest. Now I'm realizing that my little short ruler isn't probably going to be long enough. Notice I'm going to the edge of my circle for my perspective point. Okay, I'm going to go to this edge from the perspective point. Let's see if I can reach down here to my square. Now the trick is, do not go over any other shapes. So that's why I say the tip is, not the trick, the tip is to draw your perspective lines to the shapes nearest the point, perspective point first. And then pay good attention when you are drawing them to the shapes further out so you don't overlap any of your lines. Now, I have this little tiny short ruler, so I'm going to have to go for a plastic ruler, which will probably slip inside on the paper because I took my good foot-long ruler to school. But maybe it's better because then you can see through this one. So I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to go ahead and go clear over here right to that corner. And then notice I can't really go to this one. Okay, we don't really see it. Now, because you can see through this roller, maybe it is the best for this demonstration. I do not want to draw lines over this or my shape. So I'm just going to go from this little edge or corner of the L and go right there to my perspective point. Okay, now I can't do this one. I'm not going to do this one because it wouldn't be seen on this side. It's hiding behind this surface. Okay, I'm going to go to this shape again. Clear roller is probably the best for this. I'm not going to draw over the top of this stuff. So I'm going to go straight from this corner here to the perspective line. Okay, let's do this one out here. Draw from this corner. Don't go over those shapes. And then this one. Okay, I'm going to come down here to this triangle's corner, line up here, perspective point. Again, I don't want to go over the top of that box. So I'm going to start from the box. Let's go to this corner. Again, I do not want to draw over my circle. So I'll start at the circle and come out to that corner. Now, I cannot see that one. This one, it can't connect. Okay. So that is called perspective, 1-point perspective drawing. And then when I want you to do a practice one, this is my practice or rough draft practice or RD for rough draft. Put your name on it, Miss Leslie, and the date, 10/31/21. Take a photo. Okay, this is your rough draft. Now, in each of these, I'm going to have you guys do some kind of decorations or a little scene. Something I like to do with some of these is go ahead and pretend this is my final one. I've went and got some cardstock and I'm drawing a final one. I like to do this. Let me show you here. And I'm going to make it look like my shape is going inside. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go, am I going to be able to do it from this perspective point? Darn it, I can't do it from this perspective point. Normally, Can we? No, it's hiding. Normally, if this point was over here, I could go from the inside over to here. Maybe I can do it with this one. Let's see if we can do a framework, make it look like it's, I could just go like this. Let me show you. Makes it look like that box goes inside. Can you see that effect? Sure, that works. Yeah, that one just doesn't work for this. See if we can do it with this one down here. We can make this look like it. Whoops. Like it goes inside. Like I can basically go inside the end of this. Let's see if we can do it to my letter since I'm into this right now. Let's go here. Yep, makes the L look like, oh, I can walk right inside of it. But you would do some little scene in here, color it, make a little picture in the end of each one of those. So that is part one. Okay, I'm gonna stop video. And